want anymore. Even if, me and you being together is not an option, I need to let her know that
lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
I'm 13. How Barbara Dean's hard.
With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. I'll tell you this now. I don't particularly care about the Ashley and Andrea at all. I don't see the chemistry between the two of them. But it ultimately comes down to this. Ashley called Andrea over there and she's talking about, we can never be anything. My mother said this and I agree. We can never be anything. We can never be anything. And they end up kissing. And he was like, you make me want to settle down roots. Because she's like, you're not the type of guy to put down roots. And he was like, I could be. I want that. And she was like, well, what about your lady friend? And he's like, oh, she's not willing to give me what I want. And I need to tell her that this isn't what I want anymore. Even if, me and you being together is not an option, I need to let her know that what she's offering me, I no longer want. So he's about to go break up with Danny because he wants to put down roots. And it's just like, no, you're breaking up with Danny because you think you have a chance with Ashley, but Ashley is a person who doesn't even know what she wants at this point. That's where you are in the situation. Ashley does not know what she wants. Ashley has said multiple times in this conversation they had before and after they kissed, she doesn't know what she wants. She still has a picture of Derek up in her small ass apartment. So what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself at this point. They end up kissing. He talked about he gonna go make an important phone call and all of this, and she's the entire episode before he popped up at her house was calling Naomi because she needed to have a conversation with Naomi about how jacked up her life is at this point. Shanice is at Orphe Jeans when Derek come in, and Derek was like, what's going on with us? And Shanice basically friend-zoned him, said we could be flirty friends, but we can't be anymore. I went to the Articulates concert. I listened to the lyrics that they were singing, and it hit my soul, and it touched me, and it really showed me that you can't be out here playing with people's hearts, especially your own. Talking to Derek, and how she wants to be somebody's first choice, not somebody's second option, nobody's rebound. So she chooses her. She said they can still be friends, but they can't be anything more. On top of that, she likes her job and she works with Ashley, and she about tired of Ashley being unprofessional and this whole making Ashley jealous thing. It ain't it. And even though Derek told her, hey, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I told her that, baby, they're not gonna be anything else but flirty friends, nothing more, nothing less. And they're gonna have dinner, to celebrate their new friendship. But that's all, no romance. And I was like, oh. Hopefully a new man comes in, for Shanice. We need to get the men. We need more men. Somebody go call up the men, okay? Because there's a few women on this show that I feel like need somebody new in their life. A few. Anyway, Andre walks into Orphe Jeans as Derek is about to leave, and Derek told him, you real smooth. Andre was like, man, nah. He was like, yeah, you real smooth, swooping in on my girl 2 seconds after we broke up. And I was like, yeah, y'all will never be friends. Y'all will never be friends. Naomi is talking to Evil Genuine about, the unaliving of the bigoted busboy, and she's on a moral high ground, and she's acting like her Boy Scout of a husband at this point. But it's just like, honestly, Evil Genuine told her, me and your mother did our jobs in teaching you about justice and faith and love and healing and light and peace and the goodness of the world, and that evil was so far away that it would never touch you, to the point where in this mindset you feel like this bigoted busboy was supposed to mean anything to certain people. He's a person, but he's not innocent in the things that he did, and you know the whole story, so you know he's not innocent, and you also know that he was going after Sabbatical and Tiberius, and that there was the last straw for Evil Genuine to go ahead and do what he decided to do, and working with Joey and all of them, right? So you know all of this, and she's not going to cut him off, because the last time she cut him off, he almost passed away from a stroke, and she would feel guilty if they didn't have a connection anymore. So at this point in time, while she's upset about it, while she feels some type of way, ain't no cutting off of the situation. I wouldn't say this conversation was pointless. I'm glad this conversation happened because then they decided to pivot. Since we're not going to talk about this no more and try to have a good relationship, let's talk about Triple H and this invisible baby and the fact that he is so happy to be a father again. He's so excited. And he told her about Triple H tripping over that box and falling face first in that office, and how they're going to have an ultrasound the next day to make sure everything's okay. Which she should have went the day before or went to urgent care, but she was so insistent on not doing it. So I'm glad they had this conversation. I'm glad Naomi was over there because he told Naomi about the tripping and the falling and showed her the ultrasound and how they were going to go to the hospital the next day to have the appointment. And they're talking, and he's trying to convince her to, y'all can be friends again, y'all can be cool again. And Naomi was like, listen, I hate her with I hate her with the burning of a billion suns. But that baby is innocent. He showed her the ultrasound, and she's flipping it and examining it, and he was flipping it and examining it. So she ends up leaving to go see Ashley, and he's about to leave for a deposition in Atlanta, and he sends a message to Haley because it goes to voicemail about how much he loves her, how much he loves the baby, ain't no baby, and how just tell the baby I love them, and we have picture day tomorrow, all these things, right? So when Naomi goes to talk to Ashley, Ashley was like, I don't want to talk about my life, okay, because she had just kissed Andre. She don't know what she wants. She still got Derek's pictures up in her apartment, and then she done added furniture to that fire hazard she calls an apartment. Yeah, mess. So they sitting down and talking, and Naomi starts telling her about how Triple H tripped and she fell. Good. Another person who knows she tripped and fell. So now the people who know she tripped and fell, you have the three people who witnessed it. Triple H, Evil Genuine, Caroline. You now have two other people who know she tripped and fell, Naomi and Ashley. And Naomi is telling them how she's going to get another ultrasound. And she's like, another ultrasound? Ashley flashes back to knowing that she didn't get a first ultrasound. And she has this look on her face. And Naomi is like, what's wrong with you? You know something. Ashley's trying not to tell her. She was like, I know that face. I've known you for a very long time. What's wrong with my dad and Haley's baby? Oh, you got to tell her. You got to tell her now. But then again, it's like violating HIPAA. But you know that ain't no ultrasound. So how would she get a second one? Some not right in the buttermilk. Now, speaking of stuff not being right in the buttermilk, Danny and Pam are down to Uptown talking. And Danny tells Pam about the whole Andre and Ashley thing. And Pam was like, so you have a pest who has come in. You had a pest before, and that pest ended up running off and marrying your husband. Correct. Now, how did this new pest get in? What happened while you weren't looking? What were you thinking about? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were thinking about your ex-husband. How is he? And Pam was calling her on it. Listen, Pam is on Danny. Okay, how's the ex-husband? And she's like, listen, I don't care about him. While I do have residual feelings for him, he moved on and he married, and she starts running it down about Triple H. Now, mind you, after everything happened in the office, Triple H called somebody and was like, I need help. It's an emergency. He's gone, but I really do need help, and this has to stay between us. It's imperative that it stays between us. Caroline hears this, and she lies to Caroline, talk about, oh, I'm planning a surprise birthday party for Evil Genuine. His birthday's in October. She's lying. And then she's lying to Caroline about, oh, she never thought she would be a mother, and it's all so surreal, and she's just so happy. We all know it's not a baby. So when we get back down to Uptown, mind you, she had already left the office. She's at Uptown. When Danny is going on about, oh, she's running it down about Triple H without saying her name, and she says insufferable gold digger, but the name escapes me. Triple H is like, hey Lee, my name is Hey Lee. And Danny was right. If you heard insufferable gold digger and thought I was talking about you, that's a problem. Okay, if it don't apply, let it fly. If you felt any type of way, you know what I was talking about. But Triple H lets that venom show that we know she has, and she starts going in on Danny, saying Danny don't have a real job. Her family doesn't need her. Her family doesn't want her. Her kids don't need her. Her kids don't want her. She's dried up. She's old. She can't keep him in. She's going in. The moment she looked at Bill, he was hers and her. name and her spirit is tattooed on his heart and throughout his body, and he can't keep his hands off of her, and they're having this baby and Danny can't handle it. And when Danny starts going in on her, that's when she's like, oh my god, my baby, and runs off to the bathroom. Now Pam says, now you know if something happened to her and that is a fetus for real, you're gonna be upset and you're gonna feel some type of way. So, you know, maybe you should go check on her. After Pam leaves, Triple H comes out the bathroom like, oh my god, something's wrong with my baby. Somebody help, somebody help. She has blood on her hands. But let's be clear on something. Naomi and Ashley know that she tripped and fell. Ashley knows that there was no first ultrasound. Triple H, Caroline, and Evil Genuine in the hospital knows that she all tripped and fell. And Pam was there to listen to her go in on Danny, and so was everybody else in Uptown. So I don't see how she's gonna be able to blame Danny for this one, but she might. But Evil Genuine and Triple H are a match made in hell.